Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for Coffee and Card. So we are working with our Let's Set Sail stamp set and the Sailboat Builder punch again this week. And these are the cards that we've made this morning. So you'll see they've got this kind of grid card weaving effect in the background. And you've got the choice of doing one with flagged ends or one without. So let's get started. So first of all, we're just going to get our card base burnished. So this is a square card base for this one, and it measures 9.5 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres once it's folded. And then I have got a piece of Balmy Blue, which is 9.5 centimetres as well. Or actually you'll see it gives you a slight edge, so actually the card is ever so slightly bigger. I think we're 10 centimetres by 10 centimetres now, thinking about it. But what we're actually going to do with this card is we're going to cut that into strips. So you're going to need a paper trimmer, and we're going to cut our card at 1.5 centimetres. And we're just going to keep cutting until we've got lots of little strips, and hopefully this will give us 6 strips to work with. And you should end up with a tiny piece like that, which you can get rid of. Now, on one of my examples, I decided not to do anything with the ends, but this one I will show you how to flag the ends. So we're just going to cut a slit in the middle of the card, about 0.5 centimetre up, and then we're going to go to the corner, to the top of that line, and then the same on the other side, and then same thing on the other side. You could measure it if you wanted to be totally accurate. I'm just doing it by eye, and then you'll see you end up with a piece like that. So we're going to do that to all of our pieces of card. Takes a little bit of time, but it's going to give you quite a different look to the one where I didn't do it, and it's really down to personal choice really. And then in a moment, when we've got this done, we're going to then start to weave our strips of card. Nearly there, 2 more to go. And like I say, it should give you 6, so you'll end up with 3 horizontally and 3 vertically. Last one to do. Oops. There we go, and just get rid of all my bits of rubbish. Right, there we go. So we're going to do is we're going to lay them out. I'm going to lay my 3 that way around to begin with. And then what we need to do is we need to try to weave them so that you can see that one goes under, that one's over, that one's under. Then the next one will be the opposite way around, so it's going to go under the middle piece, but over the top. That one's just moved. At the moment I'm just sort of trying to lay them out how I want them. And then finally that one will be underneath and then over and underneath. So that's the kind of effect we are going for. Now it's quite fiddly because what we've got to do is we've got to try and keep everything straight at the same time as gluing everything down. So what you can do, just to make it a little bit easier, is you can get the first cross done, which might just help to get everything in place, in the right place. So I'm just going to remove these bits to begin with, because that's going to be sort of your halfway point anyway. So I'm just going to use my grid lines to help me to line it up. And then I'll put the glue on this piece. You only need a small dab. And then again, using your eye, you're going to put that in the middle where you think the centre should go. And then just hold it down for a minute. And once you've got the centre made, it does just make it a little bit easier to do the others. So these two are obviously going to be ones that go over the top. So we can put a dab of glue there. And then just try to use your grid lines just to help you get that together in the right place. And same on this one. And obviously don't forget to look at the top as well as the bottom. And if we press all 3 of those down, it will just help to get that to adhere together. So then this one is the one which is going to have to go underneath the middle and over the top there. So what we can do here is we can just ever so slightly lift that up and put a bulb of glue. And then lift that one up. Little blob of glue. And then this one here you can just lift up then and then put that down. And obviously that one shouldn't move because it's already glued in the middle. And then this next one is going to do the same as the bottom. So it's going to go under the middle one. And again, if you try and use grid lines to help you, just going to lift that up and put a little bit of glue there. And the key to this is not to rush too much. You're best to kind of let bits dry so that you don't end up with getting any bits falling apart. And also the other key to remember is not to use too much glue. And then the last little bit is just a tiny bit of glue there. And then you should have them all stuck down then. So once you've got that done, it's going to go onto the card base. So I'm just going to turn it over, put a little bit of glue on there, and then I'm going to put that on and just try to line up. Make sure you've got that straight. There we go, and then I'm going to put that to the side to dry whilst I do my next piece. So I've just got a scrap of basic white, and we're going to stamp our boat now. So I've used Night of Navy ink for the main body of the boat and the mast. Then I've got real red for one of the sails. Doesn't really matter which one. And then I've got Granny Apple Green for the other sail. And then we're going to get that cut out with the sailboat punch. So I'm just going to cut around my different parts of my sails. And I've just about got enough to hang on to that while it cuts out. And then cut out my boat. And then finally my sail. And for this one I haven't really got quite enough card to hold on to. So I'm just going to take a post-it note, stick that on the end there, and then use that to help me hold it in place. And that's a good little tip, especially when you're using these builder punches. If you haven't got enough card to hold on to, you can just stick that on and it helps you to get it in the right place. Okay, then I have also got a piece of card that I've cut out already with one of our punches, and I'm just going to use Night of Navy, and I'm stamping the sentiment Adventure Awaits on there. So Night of Navy right in the middle, or you might prefer to stamp it on a piece of card and then cut it out afterwards. And then just to make it stand out a little bit from the background, I'm just going to edge it with some real red. Now, some people prefer to get a dauber and go around the edge. One of the quickest ways I've found is just to tap your shape in the ink. There we go. Right, so just going to put some dimensionals on that, just using a few of my scraps. I'm also using a bit of scrap card as well, which is why you can see there's bits on the back. I very rarely throw anything away if I can make use of it. And when we get our magazines from Stampin' Up, they always put the address on this really good piece of white card, which seems such a shame to throw it out. You can't see through it, so I often keep hold of it and then use it to stamp on. So the sentiment is stuck on. Next, I'm going to stick on the boat and the sails. So the boat itself is actually stuck on with a little bit of Tombow and then a few dots along the mast. Oops. And just double checking that I've got the sails the right way round. You could of course stick them on with Tombow if you wanted to, especially if you know you're going to be posting it. You might not want it to be quite so bulky in the post. I'll just peel off these backs for this side. And there we go, and that is now finished. So you can just see, if I bring back my other card, the difference that you get if you decide to go for the flagged ends opposed to the straight ends. And of course you can vary it as well by moving your sentiment and your boat around as well. So I hope you'll have a go at that one. So just a quick recap of what we've used. The stamp set that we've been using this month is the Let's Set Sail stamp set and the Sailboat Builder punch. And then today we have used a 10 by 10 centimetre card base with 9.5 centimetre square Balmy Blue, which we've cut into strips that measured 1.5 centimetres each. Then we've created a weaved background with those, and then we have stamped our boat and sentiment with Night of Navy, Real Red and Granny Apple Green, and just stuck those on with some Tombow and dimensionals, and that's it. So next week will be our final week using the Sailboat set. Hope you enjoy me then to come and check that card out, and then we'll be moving on to a new month for June. So have a good week, and if there's anything I can help you with, please do get in touch. Take care. Bye.